gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Leagues Online, your #1 place for home arcade esports, tournaments, and more. Join in on the challenges weekly for your chance to win amazing prizes. Broadcasting live from the bunker located 15 miles under No Quarters Backyard Shed. Join in on the chat and get those cabs fired up. Let's get this party started! Welcome to Leagues Online Live, the #1 network for all home arcade esports. And now our hosts, Mr. You Play Arcade, Gunther, No Quarter, Vincent.
What up?
Next up, we got the high score hunter, Dominic King Creole Page.
Happy Thursday.
And featuring the Funk of Fight 'em Ups, Daniel the Dragon Watson.
Yo, yo.
And we also got hanging out with us today, the RGA boys.
Hello, guys.
Now let's start the show.
What up, everyone? How in the heck are you doing out there? How are my boys? What's going on, guys?
Doing good, buddy. Doing good. Another Thirsty Thursday. Hey, just came back off of a Super Bowl weekend. I'm running on fumes, but I'm happy to be here.
Definitely. Well, we got the RGA boys out here. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good. How about you guys? So far, the week's been all right, you know? Can't complain.
Yeah,
It's been
man.
a good week.
We're going to play some awesome
Good to be
games
back.
tonight. Yeah, definitely. Good to have you guys. You guys took a little reprieve last week. You took a little day off, and that's fine. That happens sometimes.
Thanks for giving us the week off there, Gunther. We appreciate it.
No problem. We're going to take it out of your pay, so it's all right, man. Everything's cool. But we got some cool games planned, so we're going to see the boys later during the RGA segment. You guys have a good one. We'll see you in just a few. All right. We have an awesome episode planned today. We have amazing games that happened last night or last week. Let's check out who in the heck won last week, guys. We got
Brian McKinney.
We got Vader. Of course, Vader's winning. Everybody knows what he does. Since we got some random,
Christ.
yeah, I know. Look at the score on the pinball. Unbelievable, man. I can touch a million, and he just kept working on that. Daniel, since we got random winners, let's fire these off, man.
All righty, man. Let's fire them off. Here we go.
Do you want to go first, Pie Packer?
Yep, we're going to hit Pie Packer first. We had Tim and Vader duking it out.
All right, let's see what we got.
All right, let's see. What's up, Hollywood Polo? Welcome to the stream, buddy.
Let's see what happens here. Hey, Stitch, what up?
Happy party, bro.
I like him. Get it. He did. He got it.
The first L, Vader received, buddy.
Wow. All right, good run, Tim. Good run on that one.
Good job,
All right.
buddy.
All right, next we'll fire off the iArcade.
I'm about to say another one-on-one.
This one we got Mr. Jerry, Tim, and Vader.
All right.
Here we go.
I don't think about it. No,
Is it going to go?
Let's get Mike Creek in there.
Oh,
Look at that.
man. 2 for 2.
All right.
But, and here's the funny thing. Tim was the only one to play the arcade one-up and submit a photo, so he's the automatic winner for that one as well.
Instant winner on Arcade 1-Up.
Good job, Tim.
Yep.
Vader can take an L. I'm sure he doesn't mind.
All right, those are our random winners then, huh?
That's the winners this week.
Nice.
Good
Hilarious.
to see good to see our friend Hollywood Polo in the. I'm happy to see you here, Hollywood. Welcome to the stream, man.
Yeah, I'm glad that boy's in here. Where's Meatball at? Where's he hiding at?
Get Meatball in here. I want to see him.
Yeah, all right. So that was our winners for last week. Our admin picks for this week. I picked MCAP because that boy's there every single week. He's doing his own gig. He's doing his own tournaments. I love that. I think that's great. So I think MCAP got a point from me, or 2 points actually. So why did Jerry get 2 points from you, Casey?
Well, Centipede, one of my favorite games. This dude put up an astronomical score, man. What, 60K?
He was waiting for a game like that to pop because he knows what he's doing.
I mean, I had to give it to him. And that's a tough game. So,
Hell
shout out to Jerry for that one.
Yeah. How about you, Dragon?
I gave him the point because if I recall, he challenged the Wolf and slipped the score in there before Vader did and took the win.
Oh, he did slip Vader. Oh, that was close, man.
There was, I think maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes after that was posted, he sent me the video. He didn't know how to post it, so I had to put it on my YouTube, and then we used my YouTube channel to post it because he doesn't have his own channel or anything. So he had to figure out a way of doing that, but we got her done. And so, yeah, he was the very first one to do it, man. Yeah. So proud of him. Vader, you just barely missed out, man. You just barely missed out. Corrupt. Why did you pick Tim this week?
Well, I mean, not that he's getting enough random points this week, but you know, he posted up on that Burger Time and said that well, of course, he said he's trash at it, which I can relate to because Burger Time is not my strong suit. But he also said that he's gonna use that as kind of a mini leagues online for his kids coming back. And I mean, I'm all about the kids having fun, so I'm excited about the little extension of our show. So
yeah, it's a cool idea. Cool idea. How about you, Nick?
Vader said he should have posted his ALU score.
So I chose Meatball and Hollywood
Yep.
because, I mean, they're hanging out all the time with us, and, you know, they've been real good sports. So just want to take care of them.
Yeah, I'm proud of those boys. Glad to see them hanging in there. Let's see here. So let's talk about, guys, our other community friends that are doing their own stuff. I talked about MCAP a little bit there. He has his own show. Check it out. It's freaking awesome. He talk about all the stuff we play. So we are a good partnership in that accord. He also has his own FX3 tournaments here. He has another one that's just started a couple of days ago. Jump in on that one. Paranormal. I know KC and a couple of the other boys have been jumping on these things.
Yep.
Having a lot of fun with those. Our friend Max Velocity's FX3 tournaments, he's posting those as well. Get in on those. He focuses on the Bally's, or the Williams tables, actually. So check out what he's got going on. Our pal Kessel over there at the Big Blue Fighting page. Check out those boys. He's got Bobby Vu. He's got all these lunatics that are absolute bangers on Street Fighter 2. If you want to see top-level gameplay, go check those guys out. This week, Six has a show popping. You want to talk a little bit about it, Six?
Sure. Yeah, so we're going to be doing Saturday morning bash this Saturday. It's going to be 10 o'clock Central. Not Big Ben. Figure it out. And then we're going to go into a little bit about Ninja. We got some fun feed into that, which is going to include coin battle, which is going to get some high scores going with one, like you only live once mode, where you only have one token. It's a 1 token run. We're going to do like a 4 token run, 8 token run. And I hear there might be a way to go ahead and get that over on Bloodstorm and Time Killers. We're also going to play some.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking some innovative, creative tournament gameplay. I love that. Forcing us into it.
It makes you know, those point when the games roll over with points. It makes them a little bit more viable when they're built in.
Yes.
Using the like for Bash, it's going to be on the Retro Bash. But more about that Saturday.
So Bash has fixed it, boy. That's interesting. I can't wait to hear about it in 2 days, guys.
2 days. That's all it's going to take. 10 o'clock Central, 10 a.m. So get your Wheaties and hop on.
Exactly. All right. Let's talk about this week's challenges, guys. Featured game of the week, Rampage. I couldn't imagine why. It's probably because it's Brian Colin week, right? we got our boy. You're going to see the interview here in just a little bit. I did with him earlier this week. Great guy. I met him at a trade show. Super cool guy. We were neighbors, and we helped each other throughout the couple of days that we were there, and we became pretty good friends, I think, and had a lot of fun. And so you get to see a little bit of our interaction here on this interview I did. But anyway, feature game, Rampage, guys, get in on this one. And I want to make this clear. This week is the first week that all the challenges are random. Hollywood, I took your suggestion, and they're all random for you, pal. So go at it, man. Go nuts. So feature game, Rampage, Arcade Challenge, Beach Buggy Racing 2. I'm excited about this one. We haven't played this in a long time, man. So I know Casey's excited. Look at him. So
scratching the chin down there.
Yeah, he's muted. I don't know if he knows that he's muted, but he's muted. Yeah, so I'm excited about that, man. We haven't done that in a while, so it's another random one. What'd you say?
I said, hell yeah, I've been waiting on this.
Oh yeah. 64th Street on ALU. I am a huge fan of this silly ass game. It's just one of these kind of random games. It's actually really, really fun. I have this technique that I can just throw every single enemy, and you throw them up against the walls, and it kicks out points and all this different stuff. So I've kind of figured out this whole way of playing it that works really well for me, and I might do a gameplay or two of that this week and kind of show that off.
Please do.
ALP, yeah, I've done it before, but I'll show you again. ALP Challenge, Cue Ball Wizard, guys. This is a fun one. Get in on this one. And our last one, hold on. Rampage is the arcade one-up. You knew that. Our last one is Pie Packer. Check out this game. This is really fun. It's kind of like Kirby.
Yeah, it's a little cross-up game, man.
It's
tough. It's tough as nails, dude.
You're a bubble, and you're going through a maze, and you have to go underwater and jump and all this different stuff. It's really cool and really fun. It's an interesting one. We get in on that one. Oh, Cynthia, she's going to be playing a ton of these.
Come on in, Cynthia.
All right. You on Beach Buggy, friend. You and Gene. And let's talk about doing a Bomb Squad play along very soon with you guys, okay? We will get that going. All right. Before anything else, we're going to fire off our interview with Brian F Colin. Great guy.
Nice.
See how this went. Here we go.
Hey guys, I have my pal Brian F Colin with me. How are you, man?
I am well. I'm doing great, actually. Having a lot of fun and getting some things done. So what more can you ask for?
Awesome, man. I got to tell you, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I know our viewers are going to be thrilled to see you. They all are huge retro gaming fans. They played your games in their entire life. So thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you.
Hey, thank you for playing. Thank you for remembering. I mean, if there's nothing feels better than, 35 years, 40 years later after doing some of this stuff and running into people that remember it. And I mean, that gives me such a rush. I mean, I never really thought I was having fun doing it. I was having fun when they're coming out. But really, 30 years later, 40 years later, when I hear from somebody, me and my best friend used to sit and play, blah, blah, blah. It's just, you have no idea how big a rush that is for me.
That is so cool, man. That happens so rarely to people, and you hit the nail on the head, man. You have an amazing product, and it's lasted this entire time. That's phenomenal.
I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I've been blessed.
Definitely. Well, you did a good job. So, it proved the test of time. Now let's talk about the beginning. You started with Rampage pretty much, right?
I started as a filmmaker. I went to school for film. In college, you made a lot of films in high school, several in college. College, it started to get kind of tricky to get actors that wouldn't flunk out halfway through your very expensive 16 millimeter film. So I made an animated film that won a lot of international awards. I mean, all around the world, it did really well. And I saw an ad for the Bally Midway company saying, we need an animator. And I'm thinking, what does a pinball company need with an animator? So, I went in and they said, no, we want you to do art for video games. And, they were at the Pac-Man stage. And I'm like, really? Video games? My pen and ink style I thought would be perfect for pinball back glasses. And they want, And they were willing to actually pay me real money, which was more than the beer and pretzels that, I was working for at the time. And I didn't even really want the job, but you got to eat. And within weeks, I fell in love with it. I mean, if you'd asked me at the time, are you going to go on and become a game designer and all this stuff? I would say, no way. Within weeks, what used to be a process where, you're drawing for weeks, you're filming for days, you're sending it off to the lab, you're getting the film back. I'm doing stuff in the morning and I'm seeing in the game in the afternoon. So it was, and the first game I worked on was Discs of Tron, that huge environmental thing that everybody, incredible game. And it immediately made me realize this may look limited, 16 colors, pushing pixels around, but there's so much you can do. And back in those days, they were letting us do it. Management was not, we were in a different building. We were all peer to peer. We were all working with each other. It was like one big team, one big family. And as an animator, I got to work on every project. Whereas a programmer was only working on one project for a year. I'm working on 6, 7 different projects. It was great. I guess the Rampage was several years into it. I started in 82. I started on Rampage in 84. So Rampage was, by that time, I was a designer. By that time, they were calling me a designer. And we came up with the team. We were talking, and we came back from a trade show, and I wanted to do background animation, and they said no. This hardware doesn't support it. It's like, well, give us more. Give it. No, can't do it. Finally, the one guy had enough. He's like, Brian, you can animate a rectangle. What are you going to do with an animating rectangle? So I turned to Sharon and I said, okay. So a building falling into itself is an animating rectangle. What knocks down buildings? Big monsters. I get to do the big characters. I can show comedy. We knew we had a hit, of course we went in, the whole team went in and said, hey, this is going to be our next game. It's going to be the #1 game. Management said no. So I went over the manager's head. I went to the VP, no, you can't do this. You can't be the bad guy. You can't be this. And we started on it anyway. Right around that time, all of upper management got sacked. And they brought in a guy, and he said, I just want you to all, know that nothing's going to change. I've got an open door policy. And you can probably guess who was waiting outside his door the very first day he started at 9 a.m. And he green-lighted it, and then the rest was history. So nice. It broke every earnings records of the day. It was, they had to pull it out of places in like 7-Elevens because it had too many kids crowded around it, and they didn't want those kids hanging out in the place all day. So it was a tremendous success. It was a great time, and the fact that I knew my neighborhood kids would always remember it because I had the game in my basement, while my kids were growing up. But I had no idea at the time that it was going to be a part of people's lives, and that 30 years later, I'd be meeting people that grew up with it. It's incredible. It's incredible.
It's an interesting medium because it's the only medium that you can interact with it instantly.
Right. Right.
You can watch a movie, you can listen to audio, you can listen to music, but that game is video, audio that you're interacting with right then. And
that's the beauty of it. For me, it's always been about entertainment. For some people, it's like skill, very important skill. You got to master these controls. You got to do it. It's like, that's all great if you want to do it. But what I want to do is I want to make people laugh. I want to make people smile. What can we, now I've still got the customer who wants to make money. You can't let him play. Player wants to live forever on a quarter, and operator wants them off in 30 seconds, and I got to make them both happy. But as long as they're laughing, even when they're dying, if they're laughing and shrink back into a little naked character, it was a great coming together of all sorts of little things, because most of what you do in that game is interacting with these little people in the windows. So that gave me dozens of opportunities to make people laugh, to surprise them. Pull the guy off the toilet, great. You punch it a second time, the pipe bursts and you get a face full of water. It's just like,
it's hilarious.
It was a wonderful creative time. Those early days were we're just fantastic. We're just fantastic. I was so lucky to fall into this.
That game was definitely a big part of my young childhood. I played that game all the time on many different platforms as well. So yeah, I absolutely love that one. Let's talk a little bit about Arch Rivals and when you got into that one.
Arch Rivals, I'd worked on a couple of games before Rampage where I was trying to control one player controlling multiple characters. Sarge, you control a helicopter and a tank. And the programmer on Sarge was also the programmer, Jeff Nauman, great creative guy, on Rampage. And we were talking about a new project and what we could do. And he came back one day from a out-of-town trip, and he threw a airline barf bag on my desk. And he said, here's our next game. And he was excited. He's like, okay, you want to do, controlling a team. How about 2 guys, basketball players, and this will let us do. And he was a big jock, and I'm a bookworm artist type. So we were a great, perfect team, because what the one guy didn't bring, the other guy did. And he's like, we can do a pick and roll and you can do this. And I'm like, Jeff, I'm 5'8". You're going way over my head, no pun intended, with this basketball strategy stuff. I said, but if I can do personal fouls, I think we got something. So out of that became Arch Rivals. He and I, we were about 3/4 of the way through when we were bought out by our biggest competitor. Williams bought Bally Midway, and Jeff and I were the only 2 video game designers they kept on staff. So we started it for Bally Midway, finished it for Williams Bally Midway, and I was told at the time, but I wasn't sure if I could believe it, but I've recently had it confirmed, the sales of Arch Rivals paid for the buyout single-handedly. So
no kidding.
Yeah, so that was fun to hear. So
wow.
Yeah, no, we had a lot of fun. What am I saying? We have a lot of fun with everything.
Yeah, with everything. Yeah, definitely. You've had some awesome projects over the years, man. Arch Rivals is one of those games that you don't see it very often, but when you do, you have to play it because it's so unique. You don't have a battling basketball game all the time. You did a great job on that.
Well, and we came up what I'm proudest of. I mean, Jeff was excited because there was other basketball themed games were like, okay, you got to do this to see if you can get it in the basket. But this was actual basketball strategies. Getting in the way and jumping up will reduce the odds of the ball going in. And I mean, it was the first of its kind. And, lots of games came out after it that borrowed what we came up with in Arch Rivals.
Definitely.
Just had a lot of fun with it.
We've been playing a lot of NBA Jam lately, and there's a lot of that in there. You can
the whole game
arch rival
format.
your enemies on that.
The whole game format came from Arch Rivals.
Definitely. You can definitely tell.
Yeah.
General Chaos was another one that you did. I picked it up not too long ago when I met you.
The Sega Genesis version?
Yes, the Sega Genesis version. I got the ROM actually online, and I've been playing it actually. That is really fun. I never played it before. It's a turn-based game. It's actually really, really cool. I love those strategy turn-based games. What gave you the idea for that one?
Well, like I said, I'm old enough that, there weren't too many video games when I was, college. And I was one of these guys that played those massive, little cardboard squares. There's 500 of them, and you've got this table map, and each turn takes, 47 dice rolls and 20 minutes, and then it's the next guy's turn. And early on, I did a game at Bally Midway called Ant Raid, which was 2 squads of ants flooding into a garbage dump and coming out. And it never got past the prototype stage, but I always wanted to do that. That's where controlling multiple characters, we went into Sarge, went into Arch Rivals. And so when I was asked to come to take a job at EA, and I said, no, I didn't want to move to California. And, we went back and forth for about a year. And then they said, well, what if we just give you the money to start your own company? Oh, I can do that. So Jeff and I left, formed Game Refuge. And then we went out there. We did everything right. We didn't tell them what we were going to do, but I had already come up with General Chaos, and we went out there and met with them, and it is kind of one of those pin drop sort of things where it's like, okay, we want to do this game where you're controlling an entire squad, and it's all about how you move them and how you place them, and it's not turn-based, it's real time. So both of you are on screen at once. You can see what the other guy's doing, and a little bit of silence, and they loved it. And we were so relieved. And then one guy said, well, you know what? Let's make it I've got a great idea. Let's make it street gangs. And I said, no. I said, this has got to be the kind of 1945 World War II-ish generation ago sort of feel to this game, because I don't want my kids playing games I don't want. The violence is comedy when it's not too close to home. When it's too close to home, I didn't want to do anything like that. And then again, there was that pin drop moment where I'm waiting for them to go, okay, well then we're not doing it. But they said, okay, we'll let you keep it in your kind of fantasy army-based world, and we had a ball with it. And it did incredibly well for them. I think it was their #1 original, like non-licensed title for the year, and it was one of the reasons the 4-player adapter for the Genesis was invented and marketed. So we had to, at 6 months later, we had to do a 4-player version.
So I never have played with other players. I only played it against the computer.
Yeah.
So that's why I might have thought it was a turn-based.
Yeah, it's not turn-based at all.
Not at all.
It is. No, it's 2 players head-to-head, and you
select the different characters, isn't it? That's what you do. You select the different characters because they each do something different.
Right. Each character is his own type of weapon.
Yeah.
Gunner, launcher, rocket launcher, chucker had the grenades, blaster had the bundle of dynamite, and then you had different squads that you could like pick a squad that's all gunners, or pick a squad with 2 gunners and guys with flamethrowers, and you kind of had to earn that as you earned your way through it. And then there were like 17 levels, and you're trying to capture his capital city, and he's trying to fight his way to your capital city. I got to do a lot. It was a lot. It was basically the first that I know of game of that type. You can talk about your StarCraft and Warcraft 20 years later, but it was the first game of the type, and it was nice and intimate. I think what players liked about it wasn't hundreds of little guys, swarming like ants. It was 5 guys that I know that guy. I want him to live through this, so I've got him the next battle type of feel, because they all had personalities, and of course, hopefully I've been really lucky, because I don't know that I do games kind of for myself. I do them to make myself laugh, and I think I'm lucky that what makes me laugh makes a lot of other people laugh. So General Chaos
it works out good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What are you doing with General Chaos now? You told me a little bit about it. You were kind of developing a little bit on it right now. I've tried to resurrect it a couple times. About 10 years ago now, I started a big campaign, and then unfortunately I got cancer. I was on my way out to talk to the indoor kids in LA, and I literally found out that day I had cancer. So the whole thing kind of lost momentum. Sure.
But I recently had the good sense to hire a new CFO for my company, who was able to raise the basic capital for the basic development. So I've got a full team now working on Chaos 2, if I may.
Oh, man, yes. Awesome, man.
This
what
is
platforms are you working on?
It's still going to be a pixel sprite-based game, but it's going to be able to do everything that you couldn't do with a little D-pad Genesis controller. It's going to be a multiplayer game online. We're having a ball with it already.
That is awesome, man. Wow, do you have a ETA yet, or is it still in the very beginning stages?
Yeah, I'm not. I come from the arcade world where you never told anybody about anything till it was done.
Okay.
I have a hard time with, okay, we're going to let this much out and this much out and this much out. I will probably in about 6 months. They're trying to convince me in about 6 months we should push out playable version so that people can start getting into it. I'll be the first to admit I don't understand marketing, so I'm going to have to trust, the people that, the cleverer people than me to do what it needs to be done. But we expect to be done with it in 9 months in terms of everything that we want in the game. Now,
very cool.
What we do with it and where we go from there is all depending on, I'm getting a lot of advice right now.
I'll hit you up in 6 months and see if you need a beta tester. I'd be happy to help with that.
There you go.
That'd be awesome. What else do you have going on right now? Is that kind of your focus right now?
That's our principal focus. I've got a couple other projects we're finishing up, but not General Chaos 2, Major Snafu is my principal focus. I've got a couple of my guys have got games that we've done in the past that they would like to. Now that I'm revisiting General Chaos, they're talking about revisiting other games that we've done and kind of bringing them up to date. But we'll save that. I've got to get Chaos out of my system first.
Sure.
It's been too long.
What platforms are you focusing on releasing that on? Just PC?
PC is we're creating it as a PC game initially, but we're actually creating the engine. It's a sprite-based game, and we're creating it such that we can move it from here to here to here fairly easily. We'll see. I mean, I'm one of these guys that I'm making the game for me. Once I'm done with it, what do you guys think? If it goes well, it'll be everywhere.
Nice.
If not, it'll maybe just be on PC, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Very cool. There's another game that you did maybe about 12 years ago, 15 years ago. Arctic Poker Stud Run, right?
Close. Arctic Stud Poker Run.
Arctic Stud Poker. That's it.
Arctic Stud Poker Run.
I did go online and find that game and download it, and it was really fun, man. What a great
It is of all the games, and I've done about 90 games. I mean, the ones I'm mainly known for are the arcade ones, and Arctic Stud Poker Run is gambling, drinking, loaded guns. It is a deathmatch, full contact poker game on heavily armed snowmobiles in a 9 square mile environment in a perpetual winter with a kind of a Cthulhu mythos reality. It's not mainstream.
And it's a race.
And it's a race. It's a race to pick up the cards. It's a race to get across the finish line, but you've got to have the best hand across the finish line. If you see someone's got a card you want, can't see the cards. It's 3D, so you can't. The cards are out there spinning, and you pick them up and you go for them. You look on the radar, and if you see someone else has got a card you want, you can put a bounty on them. It is the best land game you will ever play. I swear to you. Unfortunately, it was done on the Torque engine, and they don't run that server anymore. So the only way to play it right is to grab some friends and do the old LAN party thing of the early 2000s. It is the most fun. I think for me, it's the most fun game I've ever done. But it is insane. It is flat. I mean, you've got heat-seeking missiles. You can throw grenades. I mean. And it's all about grabbing the cards. You blow the guy up, you can steal all his cards. He gets back on his sled, he's chasing you down. You're through these Arctic forests, and a wandering bear can knock you off your sled and drive off with it. And then
it's awesome.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
I keep this on my desk to remind me. It is.
So you did have physical copies of it?
Oh yeah. No, it was kind of. I think they said about 90,000 copies were sold is all.
Oh, no
so
kidding.
It was kind of those straight to the bargain bin sort of games when it came out. But for me it's and you can. Wow. I mean, at arcticstud.com, you can download a free unlocked copy if you want. So I don't have the web address but offhand, but yeah, if anybody wants that, especially if esports, that game was made for esports.
Definitely. That's a game I'd love to see on the II Arcade. That would fit perfect on that. Once we get online capability, be massive. Now you have a small issue. You can't find the original code on that game, so you're trying to crack that little nut there.
It's embarrassing. The only uncompiled is on hard drives that we've got to. Well, I've been unable to get anything off some of these old hard drives from 50 years ago, and I know it's sitting there somewhere. One of these days, I just got to make a point to say, okay, take these to some group that can yank this stuff off these old broken hard drives. And because right now I'd have to redo the game, which the one programmer, well, actually a couple of the guys want to do. But like I say, I'm going to get General Chaos done first. But yeah, we might actually just redo it.
The hardest part is the concept is already there. So that's the thing that doesn't just, that's the hardest thing to come up with, man. So you got this phenomenal concept.
And it's a well-tuned multiplayer game. There's no wrong. My favorite games are games that there's no wrong way to play it. If you want to be aggressive and you want to chase down the other people and you want to get there first, that's one way to do it. You want to say, okay, everybody's going off at the start. I'm going off this way and looking through the backwoods and trying to avoid everybody. And because it's poker, you can bluff, you can go all in, and you start out with what the default is like $2,000, and every you can bump the bet.
It's a fun game for sure.
You can tell I have fun with that game.
How about the future? What do you got planned for next?
Next is Chaos. Chaos is really all I'm thinking about. Like I said, I'm thinking about Arctic Stud, but nothing's going to move there until Chaos is done, probably. This is probably the first public announcement, but as of last Monday, Social Security, I'm retired.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Congrats.
The company's, I'm still running the company and everything else, but I am officially a 65-year-old retiree as of Monday.
Well, I hope I get that far, man. I hope I get to say that one day, man.
Oh, you will. It feels. I didn't even really think about it. It's like my wife and I were talking. Yeah, let's do it. Blah blah blah. And you don't even know that weight is there until it's gone, and it's just like I'm retired.
Soon there's a relief. There's a relief. Oh man, now I can live.
No, it feels good. Oh, you're the first to know. You're the first to know.
I appreciate that, man. Where can everybody find you online?
Brian F Colin Facebook page, Game Refuge Facebook page. I think it's the official General Chaos Facebook page. My website, GameRefuge.com, hasn't been updated in probably 10 years. Or actually, I think I put in a few things about the Rampage movie when I was involved with that, but that's out there. So that's how you can find me. I'm on Instagram as well, Brian Colin Rampage. What else? I take daily walks around the neighborhood, so you can catch me on the street sometime if you want.
How about any trade shows? You hitting any up soon?
Well, I've been busy, so I haven't really put my full schedule together yet for the year, but I'm going to be at MGC. I'm going to be at CorgsCon, and those are the first two that I think I'm locked in. I've got been asked about some of the bigger summer ones, but I haven't got paperwork on those yet, so I'm not going to say, but I'm hoping to do. I'll be doing more, but so far, just the only ones that I'm officially going to so far are MGC, Midwest Gaming Classic up in Wisconsin, and CorgsCon.
So there we go, guys. That is our interview with Brian F Colin. What a badass son of a bitch that guy is. That's all I can say. You guys there, you are all muted, you fools. Look at you.
That dude, he's an iconic designer. I mean, the thing that he put his own personal touch on the games, like a lot of these guys did back in the day. Little tidbit, a lot of people didn't know. I think he kind of put his wife in Rampage or something like that in the design. So that's pretty dope.
I believe so.
I believe so. She's the Lizzie, the Godzilla character. I believe she's the little naked lady that shrinks down.
He loves to have humor in his games,
Right.
and everything is a funny little sarcastic little thing, and I love it, dude. He does
90 games, man. 90
That's a lot of
games.
I would like to look at that list and see.
And let me tell you, he's done a lot on other games that you don't know about either. Like I forget where I was, but I was on Facebook BSing with him one day, and back in the day, there was an Atari 2600 game, I believe, called Porky's, based off the movie. He did the designing on that secretly was designing on that video game. That's what he told me. Yeah.
That is hilarious, man. I love that guy, man. What a cool guy. Now, he talked a little bit about that Arctic stud poker run. Now let's
see that game now.
Yeah, he sent me a video of it. Let's check it out here. I gotta tighten down my screw here.
Get ready. The race begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, so there we go.
We need that on our arcade. Where you at, John?
That's when I met Brian, he had a big poster of that in his booth. And I said, "What the hell is that? I've never seen that. What is that about?" He said, "It's a game I did, maybe 12 years ago or something, and it never really got real big or whatever." I said, "Man, I never heard of it. I need to check that out." So when I got home, I downloaded it, and anybody can download it still. I think it's just ArcticStudPokerRun.com, or just search for it and you can find it. But download it on your PC, and play it. It's free. And it's freaking fun, man. It really is. I'd love to get a couple boys together and do a LAN of that sumbitch. Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be crazy, man.
I really would, man.
I just found it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's out there, man. It's still live. Anybody can download and play it for free. I think you could buy it too if you wanted to. I don't know why you do that, but just help out old Brian.
I'd like to see old Brian come out with a next gen version of Rampage, man. I played all the other ones on like Switch and all, and the Wii and all that, dude. I would love to see what he could do with that same concept with a modern system. Like, man,
I hear you. We're gonna fire off Rampage right now. I got it loaded up over here. We're gonna play a little bit, see if I can figure out or remember some of my tactics I used to do here. See here. Turn on my wireless mic. All right, so we got all right. Now, one thing that I know is that each character has different abilities.
Yep.
What's going on here? Work. What are we doing? Press
That's
jump.
gotta be some of the best game graphics, I tell you.
I know, man. I've always loved the graphics. I love that what it does is gives you basically an open world situation here. It's one of the first games to do that.
Yeah, this is one of the first open world games. I think it's about 700 levels, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure how many levels there are. I know there's a ton of them.
About 700 levels, and it takes you across the country. You start off in Illinois, I think. I think it's Illinois you start off, and then you continue on.
So part of my technique is I will do a lot of jumping, because when you jump, you can move much faster. You want to get around. You want to knock these fools down real quick. See, all right, I missed that building. I wanted to get more out of that building, but whatever. You want to hit the open windows, and you want to be very careful, because you want to hit it once first and then see if there's anything there. That I don't want that. I want that coffee, though. That'll do good. That'll give me a little bit more life. Now you can jump off. If you hit jump, you can jump all the way down and it won't hurt you. But if you fall off, it will hurt you. Probably didn't want that cactus. Nope, didn't want that. Definitely want the fruit bowl. Now, if you fall with a building, it will damage you, but if you jump off, it will not. So there's probably, I don't know, 50 different variables here. Always want to hit.
There's really no real one way to play this game.
No, that's what's so cool
You gotta
about it.
know your character. Moving quickly from building to building is helpful too in this game. I know for me. And there's really no way. I call these the National Guardsmen. If you can see those guys shooting, there's really no one way to avoid them either.
No, you just got to get out of the way, basically, as well as you can. And that's, you can't do that very well.
Also, Corrupt Neuron said that.
Oh, there's Donald Trump.
Was that at Arcadia?
Sprayed you from the toilet.
Ooh,
You must have been at
careful,
Arcadia.
I couldn't eat that poison. Now, if I wait, that toaster will pop. He's going to give me that bomb now. If I jump over here, he won't. And I can jump back. Now, that toaster will pop and give me some toast. And
Get that.
Get that and give me a little bit of life. All right, I can get
such a revolutionary concept then too, man. This thing spawned like how many versions? Like, God, it was such a great franchise. Just crushing buildings and eating people was so much fun with your friends.
Yeah, you could get all if you had a person with you in the arcade who had enough money. You needed at least $5 to have a nice run. At least 5 a quarter.
Yeah, this was an expensive game to play. You're not kidding.
At least 5.
Well, the thing is, you never played just one quarter. You played it and you're like, man, I got to go farther. I got to go farther. It just forced you into doing that.
It's at least 700 levels. At least.
I'll tell you what I like to do. I used to like to jump in these games when other people were playing and fight them.
Yeah. I used to. Yeah, I'd jam up people too. Yeah, that was fun. Oh, I missed the damn train. You want to hit the train. If you hit it 3 times, you get a ton of points. I messed up on that.
And you got to watch out for those paratroopers, too, because they could be a pain.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder, does this original version, like the other versions, like the certain monsters, if they eat different food, gives them more health, or is it just pretty much standard in this one?
I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, it's just any food that'll give. You just want to eat any food that pops up.
You got me.
All right. Because I know in the later versions, if you were playing as George there, like the fruit bowls and the bananas and all that would give you more health than if you were Lizzie and were eating them.
Yeah, I think you're talking about World Tour, right?
I think it's all of them after this first one. Like it had different kinds of food that was better. I mean, it would still give you health, but certain ones gave more health to other characters.
Definitely. All right, well, there's a little Rampage gameplay, guys. Let's fire on over. We kind of did a 2-minute drill right in the middle of that, didn't we, Casey?
Yeah, we did.
We kind of got that thrown in there as well. Let's check out what the Wolf Challenge was this week. 6. Do you have something to say about this character?
I have a legend I have heard, and I am telling that legend to you. And that legend goes, he was owned by the Soviet Union from 1984 to 1989. And all profits he made went straight to the USSR until the rights were returned to Alexei Patnijov. And that was around 1994. He is the Wolf.
All right. Let's see what his gameplay is this week. He played some Earth Defense Force. This is going to be another special Wolf challenge for this week, guys.
Now, this is a fun game. I love the soundtrack to this game.
This is a fun one. It really is. Let's go ahead and full screen this one.
Let's see what run he pulled off. I like to use the laser.
I've honestly never played this one. This is my first time seeing it.
It's a good one, man.
It's a fun one. You should play
it. It's like a UN Squadron style game. If you played UN Squadron.
Fast paced. Very fast paced. And a good soundtrack.
Here.
I tell you what, me, No Quarter, and Vader and Meatball had a battle on this game on the ALU.
Oh, yeah. I think a couple of times on this game.
Yeah, this went back and forth. See, the key about these games is positioning and good peripheral vision.
Oh yeah, this has the same play style. I like them side-scrolling ones like R-Type. They give you you find that good position, you can hold it down pretty well.
And it's a certain pattern, dude. So once you figure out the pattern, it's pretty much money. Then there's a secret score power-up if you stick to the top of the screen on this game. I know No Quarter got mad at me when we was competing one time. I got that power-up. I think it might be like 7,000, 10,000 points. That gave me the edge to win. So.
I think it's 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000, yeah.
Yeah, it's a hidden one. He just pops out of thin air.
That was funny.
Yeah, real cute. Real hilarious.
Well, I got to pull a few tricks out my bag.
He's going to do what he's going to do to win, What's this, what's the boy going to do,
Oh, man. So typically, I like to finish this first round at about 100,000 points. That's how I know I'm going to have a good run.
Let's see what the Wolf does here. What can he pull off? You say 100,000, he's going to hit 200 then.
I like that they reward you for killing the whole set of enemies there. Give you a little bonus.
It is really cool. Usually a game will give you a power-up or something, but they're like, we're just going to give you points, asshole. You need to work a little harder. Come on. All right, well, he's at 112 right now. He whipped your 100K.
That's good.
The Wolf's a beast.
Now, you notice the Wolf is staying close into the ship. He's not moving far up. Oh, he just did there. But he's staying close to get more shots in.
Yeah, this is the hardest freaking part. That spread right there. You got to thread the needle.
Woo!
Oh, good run, man. Good run. 122.
Yeah, that's wrong.
That's a massive run.
Public challenge to Vader, since Vader think he the top dog at this game. I want to see him beat the Wolf this week on this. I like this level, the night level, I call it.
This is a pretty good soundtrack, man.
Hey, bro, the soundtrack, full blast, dude. Oh my god,
That's a banging game, man. There's so many hidden games that people don't even know, dude. There's thousands and thousands of games out there. You know, I don't understand the snobs that, oh man, we're Street Fighter. I got to play. We're going to play Pac-Man or the IA Arcade. Who gives a shit, man? I don't care. I want to play that game right there.
I want to play games I didn't play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I'll tell you what, man, I'm one of the people that Street Fighter was not my favorite game in the arcade. I'm sorry, that was not my favorite fighting game.
The only times I played that shit, man, way too
Yeah,
many.
we done played it 100. I done wore it out.
I want
to be honest with you,
man. And there's thousands of games out there, literally thousands.
But you know what game I've played? I've got Big Blue, and I haven't even really touched Street Fighter. But you know what caught my mind was that hidden gem on the iArcade, Outzone, dude. I play that game like 50 times a week, dude.
Outzone rules, man. That's a really good one. I can't wait for online. I can't wait for online, man. When iArcade's got online, that's it, man. I mean, that's it. It's gonna be.
I'm gonna be sending some invites out to those people that knocked me off the damn top of the list on Outzone and be like, let's team up and see what we could do.
Hell yeah!
I'm trying to think, who knocked you off? Was it Vader?
You know what? I honestly haven't checked lately. I got knocked off before Vader. Like I was in second or third, and now I think I'm in like fourth or fifth now.
I tell you what, though, that double dragon board has not changed much, guys. I'm still sitting at number like 8. It's been like that for a year.
Well, that game's a hard game.
Me and Roy still sitting up there.
Yeah,
top 10.
That does not surprise me at all.
I just don't know how you boys do it, man. You can only get so many points in that game. Like, I mean, if you get less points throwing elbows, but if you don't throw elbows, you get snot beat out of you quick.
I can't get anywhere, right? That's what happens. If I don't throw elbows, I'm not going to get anywhere. So I have to throw elbows. It's my only technique.
So I read that this section of the game was made to confuse you. Because look at the background.
Look at that background.
You can barely see the red bullets there.
So they didn't expect people to get past this part. Because, I mean, look, everything's bleeding together.
The Wolf's about to hit dang 300K.
He's using his primal vision to be able to see what's happening.
I don't think I ever got this far. Honestly.
I never have, no.
Yeah, I don't think I got past that shit, that crazy background crap.
This is still 1 credit.
Damn. I don't know, Vader. I don't know if you're going to be able to do this, brother.
Man, we need to start throwing money on this, man. We should have thrown money on if he hits 300K or not. That would have been awesome.
Some side bets. I'm taking side bets. Will he hit 350?
Next time.
PayPal me.
Boy, I'll tell you, man, we were talking on Saturday Bash last time about that horse racing game.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really want that horse racing game, man. You know how fun that would be.
That would be dope.
Oh, man. All right, what is that, 3rd level? This boy is on the 4th
level, dude.
Now?
Over 300K.
Vader, I can't wait to see you run this one, man.
Yeah, Vader, I don't know, man.
Oh,
that's it. 342. Hey, you know what? No quarter. I think I can challenge the Wolf.
You think you can challenge him? You think you
got it? I'm going for it.
He thinks, all right. I want to see this. I want to see the
King
live.
Creole's going to take him on.
I want to see this live. That's all there is to it. If it's not done live, it didn't happen. That's all there is to it.
Okay. I think we can pull that off.
Yeah.
I think we can do that.
All right, let's bring up our boys, our favorite boys, the RGA boys.
There they go.
I can't wait to see what they're up to. How are you, you beautiful bastards? What's going on?
How's it going, guys?
Welcome back to the Retro Game Arcade, guys. Thank you so much for having us back. Much appreciated. Always a great show here.
Definitely. Absolutely love you boys. If you haven't seen the Retro Game Arcade boys. Check them out on Twitch. They have the greatest Twitch channel, in my opinion. You have amazing music. You have amazing gameplay. You have the vibes, just phenomenal. You can't find a better place to hang out. You fire it on your TV, you crank the music up, and then you start playing games, and you're hanging out with the boys in your arcade. It's nothing better. You get a couple beers. Everything's great, man. Everything's great. Now, guys, Brian Colin week. What game do you have fired up to play?
So over here, I've actually got Arch Rivals cooked up.
Ooh, nice.
I'm not super experienced at this game. I'm an NBA Jam guy, as you know. Grew up playing TE on Genesis. But this is a really good game. I was playing it a little bit over the week and today, and it's a lot of fun. Let's check it out.
Yeah,
we're going to switch it up and show you the screen. We have a capture.
Fire it up. Now, everybody at home, if you have Arch Rivals on your machine, fire it off and let's play along. Let's see who can get the highest score.
Now, I've never really played Arch Rivals, so I want to see some gameplay.
It is awesome, man. Wait till you see this. It is it's a rough and tough. And like Brian said, it's very much like a simulator where you are you're throwing, elbows and kicking the hell out of each other. It's fun, man. It's awesome.
Now,
without this
game, but I've never played. I would pass it up.
Yeah.
Without this game, there is no NBA Jam.
Yeah, this was the predicate for sure, man. This is definitely the grandpa. Can we get some audio on that machine, guys?
Natural high.
Absolutely. Give me 1 second here.
Awesome.
Hey, he's so funny, but with his little innuendos in the game. Natural high.
He's smart, man. I love it, dude. He's a good guy, man. I'm so glad I met him.
Natural high. Tyrone Hammer Mohawk.
Now, these different guys, I'm not super familiar with all the guys, but I'm a 3-point shooter. And I found this dude who's pretty good.
Uh-oh.
We know.
Yeah.
Oh, we know. Yep.
Shane is the bomber on NBA. So he very rarely does not make a three. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
There's a three right there.
There you go.
Unbelievable. There we go. There's our audio.
iArcade, if you're watching, we need this.
Nice.
Rebound.
Ah, all right. Nice.
Oh!
Block him. Bat that out of there. Yes, did you see that? All right, Lewis. I want to see a three right now. Drop it. You got a heck of a run already. Oh, he knocked his ass down. Oh!
Dude, I like the fouls over here better than NBA.
Just straight drops his ass. Oh! Good pass.
Rebound. Oh, he got that?
Wow.
Look at this three. He floats it. Look at it.
Oh. Has he not got a three yet? I think he's got landed every single
one. He missed one.
Missed one.
I'm open. Oh.
Pass it. Let's go.
Oh.
Yay!
Hey.
You can definitely tell this is a Brian Collins
game. Look at that shot.
Oh, it's going to drop. Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was going in.
Over here. Three.
Oh! Oh, instantly in.
Hey, he's 17-9.
He is absolutely destroying.
Who wants to see KC play
Ready for a little road trip on that one.
You still have to do a road trip. No online gameplay.
Not yet.
Well, you know what we could do is if this was a console release, we could track it down and do it on PiePacker.
I think PiePacker doable. I think I've done it before. Yeah, I think it was on Sega, man. I think I've tried it.
Yeah, it was on Sega for sure.
Yes, I think I've tried it, man. Oh, hell, we can run this. All right, Casey versus Shane, arch rival.
I'm open.
You guys got to play Pigskin too, man. That is really
Dude,
fun.
I want to play Pigskin so bad after watching you.
Time's running out.
Pigskin. I never played Pigskin.
Dude, I want the whole Brian Collins
End of
collection on
first
iArcade, dude. I need this.
More to come.
Yeah, I got to see the list. Nice. We'll do this next quarter here, and we're going to call it, guys, because that's our hour. Who's going to win this thing?
Yes, you got people throwing shit onto the court.
Hilarious, huh? Wait, what is that?
A box of popcorn laying in the freaking court.
Yeah, we'll wrap it after this quarter.
Yeah, man.
25-19. Jesus
Wow. I think he's going to win this.
He ran out of quarters.
Oh, get him a quarter, quick.
Somebody give this boy a quarter.
Insert coin. Continue.
Hand him a quarter, quick.
Who got a token? Who got a token? This is me at Aladdin's Castle.
You remember having to do that? Run to the arcade or the token machine real quick?
You have to haul out real quick.
To
Yeah.
haul ass over to the token machine.
It was always that one rich kid next to me with a pocket full of tokens. Hey, slide your boy a token.
Oh! Hold on, what happened there? This is be 28 points. What happened?
Hey, the AI, dude. Hey, NBA Jam is. Talk about a comeback.
Okay, I didn't think that went in. All right, sweet.
That's Pam Grier, the cheerleader.
All right. It's getting tight, guys. This is getting real tight. Ooh.
3.
I think it's pretty funny. The characters on here, they have very similar movement. If you notice how they move to the football game that he made.
Yeah,
it's freaking hilarious. I love it. Love the way he did the characters. Love all the artwork.
He sucker punched him. Look at that.
3.
Ooh.
Damn, he socked him.
Could you imagine a Brian Collins iArcade skin? One side Pigskin, the other side Arch Rivals.
Oh man, that would be massive, dude.
I would pay for that.
Get him! Oh, he clotheslined him. 3.
We have talked about making a cabinet for him to take to the trade shows that has all of his games loaded on. So we'd have Rampage, Xenophobe, Arch Rivals, Pigskin, maybe like a Sega and running on it. Yeah, I need to play General Chaos again, man. That's it's really fun.
Oh, dude, that was by far aside from Toe Jam and Earl, General Chaos was one of my other all-time favorite Sega games, man. Like classic.
I never knew anything about it until I talked to him. And we had all this General Chaos. What is that? I looked it up and, wow, it's a really fun game.
Me and my brother we used to torture the hell out of each other, fighting each other in that General Chaos.
Yeah, General Chaos was fun. So I found a list of Brian Collins credits. I didn't know he was on Spy Hunter.
Oh, he's all over, man. He's everywhere. It's unbelievable.
Disc of Tron?
First gig.
Disc of Tron was a good game.
Over here. He's going to pull this off. Oh, how did that not go in? Oh, no way.
He also did Star Trek Voyager, the arcade game. Wow. That was a good one, too.
Wow.
Time's running out.
Ooh.
Here we go. Who's got this?
Punch him.
Lay down.
Lay down.
All right. Good job, Shane. Awesome.
And that was that.
Hey, look at the background cheerleader.
That's funny.
What a cool game, guys. Wow.
I got to play that.
Yes, that was definitely an interesting game. Definitely fun.
Yeah,
So 46 at the half is the score to beat. Yeah, very fun game, dude. I'm running around punching people. That's wild, dude. The fouls are way crazier than NBA Jam.
Is it a 2-button or 3-button game?
As far as I can tell, it's a 2-button. You've got punch
cool.
/ pass, and then you've got shoot and block.
Okay.
Huh.
So shoot and block are on the same button?
Well, yeah, I mean, when you don't have the button,
Well,
you don't have the
offense
button,
and
you
defense.
jump and block.
That makes sense. If you're not offense, then you're defense. So, yes. Okay. Very cool, man. Man, that's a fun-ass game, man. I love that stuff.
KC versus Shane.
What's that?
Say KC versus Shane. Arch
Oh,
rival.
boy. Here we
As
go.
soon as we can get multiplayer going, yeah, or when you're coming to Orlando.
Yeah,
Let
we
us
gotta
know.
we're gonna push that games to get some multiplayer. You know, there's no reason. It's got a Wi-Fi. It's got online connectivity. They got to just do an update.
Yeah.
Let us play
It could just be an
multiplayer.
update. You're right, man. Could just be as simple as an update. We could fire it off on Pi Packer. It will be the
Good.
Genesis version, but it'll still be, arch rivals. We could do that. So that'd be
That'll
fun.
be fun.
Yeah. We'll definitely get that figured out, guys. It's getting late. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate the
show, good
RGA
show.
boys. Appreciate KC. Appreciate Dragon. Appreciate Six and Corrupt and everybody else out there. Thank you, everybody. We had an awesome show, and we will see you next week. Get your scores in as soon as I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to get all this stuff uploaded so you can add your scores. So we will see everybody next week.
I'm your host,